Today we are making a classic Midwestern recipe called Sloppy Joe sandwiches. It is made with a really simple homemade Sloppy Joe sauce that gets mixed up with ground beef, onions, and garlic and served on buns. Super easy, super casual, great, quick weeknight dinner. Hi everybody, my name is Susie Weinrich and welcome to Mom's Dinner. Here, we help adults feel successful at dinner time. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So like I said in the intro, today we are going to be making homemade Sloppy Joe sandwiches. And what you're gonna need is a little bit of ground beef, an onion, garlic, and then some condiments from your fridge. And dinner's gonna be ready in a flash. To get our Sloppy Joe started, we're gonna pop a skillet over about medium heat. And then you're gonna wanna add just about a tablespoon of oil. You can use an olive oil or a canola oil will work fine here. Then we're gonna get to chopping our garlic and our onion. You're gonna need one onion, probably like a yellow or a white onion is gonna work best here. And you just want it chopped up finely, as well as 2 or 3 garlic cloves. We're gonna chop those up finely as well. In total, you're gonna need about 1 cup of chopped onions, which I think I'm gonna have here with this onion. For the garlic, you're gonna need 2 or 3 garlic cloves. I'm finding that I have some kind of smaller garlic cloves, so I'm gonna use 3 today. I like to smash my garlic with the flat side of my knife, and that just breaks the skin. And then it will peel off fairly easy for you. Now that we've got all the onions and garlic chopped up, I'm gonna go ahead and get them added to this skillet. And we're just gonna get those softening down in the pan for just, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes until they're softened but not browned. My onions and garlic are looking perfect. So what we're gonna do is add that beef. We're gonna add 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and I always like to get kind of this meat that has the loose ribbons. It generally has a better texture than the ground beef that comes in a tube or in kind of that brick. I'm gonna set this spoon to the side and I'm gonna get out one of my favorite kitchen tools. I am not one for a ton of gadgets, but this one has my attention. So I think it's actually called a meat masher, and this is what it looks like. You can find them on Amazon. I will link it down in the comment box for you. And it basically makes really quick work of grinding up or crumbling up your meat. This is a super great tool for when you are using stickier meat like ground chicken, ground turkey, and especially ground sausage. Once I get all of the beef nice and crumbled up, I usually like to switch to a spoon or a spatula to just stir things up and to get the onions and garlic all mixed in with that ground beef. Now everything looks nice and cooked. So now what we want to do is drain off some of the grease that came out of the ground beef. This is my method, so if you have a different method, let me know in the comments. I like to tip it up, let some of the grease drain out of the ground beef, and then with tongs, I pick up a big batch of paper towels and set it down in there. Let that soak up the grease. And then I will just pull that out and pop it in the sink to let it cool and then toss it in the trash. Like I said before, the sauce is basically just pantry ingredients. So I like to mix mine in just a little glass measuring cup, and then we'll pour it in over the ground beef and let it all simmer together. We're gonna start with 2 tablespoons of one of my very favorite ingredients, Worcestershire sauce. Then we're gonna need about 3 tablespoons of nicely packed brown sugar. Then we need a 1/2 cup of just your regular old ketchup. Then a tablespoon and a half of just traditional yellow mustard. Then finally, you need about 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and we'll do just a couple dashes of black pepper to taste. Now we'll get everything nice and stirred together, and that is your homemade sloppy joe sauce. Now that we've got this sauce all made, let's get it mixed in with the ground beef. When I'm mixing this, I can smell the warm Worcestershire sauce and the tang of the mustard and the sweetness of the ketchup. It's the perfect balance, and it is making my mouth water. So I'm just gonna let that warm through and come together, let all of the flavors blend, and I'm gonna clean all of this up, and then we're gonna get to making our sloppy joe sandwiches. Like I said in the beginning, this is a super casual dinner. So we just get out some buns, and today I have some beautiful brioche buns, but just like a sesame bun or whatever will be just fine here. And then you want to take huge spoonfuls of the sloppy joe mixture and spoon it onto your bun. It's okay if it is falling over the sides, hence sloppy joe. This is the part that is very non-traditional, but I love, and I cannot eat a sloppy joe sandwich without it. We need to have some dill pickled chips added to the top. It makes it so tangy and delicious. Ooh, that's a good crunchy one right there. My mouth is watering so hard right now. Pop the lid on, and you have your sloppy joe sandwich for dinner. We like to pair this with super casual tater tots, fries, chips, and then maybe just like a veggie platter with carrots and celery and cucumbers, maybe some radishes and some ranch dip. Yum. So good. I hope that you give this sloppy joe sandwich recipe a try in your kitchen this week. And if you do, I would love to know what you served it with and how it turned out for you and how your family liked it. And as always, I hope this recipe helps you feel like a success at dinner time. So I'll see you next week. And garlic, and made with a really homemade, it's super homemade. Extra homemade for you. Extra homemade sandwiches. Okay. We are making a classic Midwestern dish called homemade sloppy joe sandwiches. Homemade sloppy joes.